I'm making some fabulous tablescapes with tablecloths with pieces of material that I got from EchoWorks. And here we're doing something different. I wanted to, because I'm a social engagement artist, do something in person. Oh, my mess fell off. I'm sorry. It keeps on falling off. I'm a social engagement artist, and we haven't had any chance to be able to meet in person. And so I want to be able to provide that opportunity to be able to make some things for my installations, which I hope to have a show and showcase what I've made in September. So this is an opportunity for people to meet with us. So my daughter is here, and hopefully maybe Lori, who's a person who has been at Co-Create on a regular and works here at the library, said that she might come through, and maybe other people will come through, but we're going to be making art and then just talking about creativity, whatever we want to while we're making stuff. And Briah is thankfully here to help facilitate and lead also in an activity that can be part of installation or hopefully people will be able to take pieces of art home. Yesterday, I had someone who joined me in my office hours, and we made jewelry for a program that I have at the end of the month for the library, a cottagecore picnic. And so we made a couple of pieces of jewelry, and then she got to be able to take home some jewelry to make for herself. So it's just kind of like a symbiotic, fun experience, and we'll see what happens and how it develops over this month. And I'll let Briah introduce herself.
Thanks, Nadine. Thanks for inviting me here. I'm glad to be part of something that feels like thoughtful, brilliant, and also organic. It's such a nice way of reintegrating after like the year of lockdown. It feels really doable, and I'm glad to be with you. So thanks for having me. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm here because of you, and also because I love to make art, and I believe that creativity is empowering. You know, that a lot of people are cut off from their creativity, and that kind of part of healing our culture is about moving into moving out of like binaries towards more integration through creative practice is where it's at for me. And so that's what I'd love to offer tonight. And that's what I'm going to treat myself to. And yeah, I love making art with women in New Haven. And I have a studio where women come and make art. And I have my own creative practice, which is something that I'm always interested in nourishing more. And those are the things that come up to share.
Right, great. So what do you want to talk about while we're creating? Do you want to talk about what you're doing right now?
Yeah, sure. We can start there. Well, so I'm inspired by nature, and now is like this abundant time in the Northeast for leaves and their beautiful textures. So Soleil and I are taking these cards that you have, Nadine, and creating like mini mandalas. Is this camera working? Okay, I see a notification on it.
Might just be
Hi.
a notification.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
So how are you?
Good.
Welcome.
Came to visit.
Great.
This is Lori. She visits online often.
Cool.
So
Nice
it's
to
nice
meet you.
to be able to create art with you in person.
I know, I wish I could be in person all the time.
Nadine, would you like me to offer Laura
Yeah,
some of this?
yeah.
Okay. Hi, Laura. I'm Briah.
Lori.
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 I mean, you can call me whatever.
I'd like to get it so it's the real thing. So what I'm up to, I'll just show you what I've started doing, and Soleil's playing with like her own version.
Lori, this is my daughter.
I said it has to be.
Yeah.
I love how you're in the background all the time. You're running the show. You're like the producer.
She is, right?
See, so a lot of people know who has the power.
Say it again, Nadine.
I said, people know who has the power.
I love
The
it.
producer has the power.
Yeah. The next generation too, right? Like,
Yeah.
who are the leaders? So, Lori, I'll share what I'm up to and give you supplies. These are mandalas, and I'm inviting people to make one and take one. And the ones that you, leave one and
Leave
take
one and take one.
Yeah. So make a few.
I mean, not leave, yeah, leave one and take one.
Yeah. And Nadine, I think we'll be using them for an installation.
That's awesome.
And I just started this. So what I did is I took some cards. There you go. And I'm working on a board just because I don't know how the ink will work with a table.
Oh, definitely.
And then let me bring you some watercolor paints. These are opaque watercolor paints. What does that mean? Not a lot in this situation, but if you paint over your print, you might lose some definition.
I got it.
Or like it will change the density of the color underneath. Whereas if you were using transparent paints, it would just put a layer on that like brings it to life.
Gotcha.
So you're gravitating towards the balloons.
Oh, I didn't know. Do you want to turn it over? Is that what you mean?
Oh, we're Nadine got these at EcoWorks. Have you been there?
Yeah. It used to be downtown on stage.
Yeah.
The good old
I
days.
wanted my daughter to work there. She was in high school and she refused.
Oh,
I said,
why?
it's such a good place to work. Are you kidding?
That does sound pretty fun. Is she a maker?
She just graduated college, actually.
Cool.
Johnson and Wales.
Great.
Oh, okay. What'd you study?
Fashion merchandising.
Cool.
So do you want me to show you how I make a leaf print and then you'll
Yeah.
just run
Love
with
the
it?
leaf.
So what I was doing, and I'm just fashioning another one for you, is I traced the jar lid to make a circle, and I'm cutting this out. It's kind of like a mask,
Uh-huh.
so that you can work inside a circle. And then if you want to, go outside the circle, go for it. So let's see. Here's semblance of a circle. So basically, if I took this and I took a card and I centered it on the card, which is what I did. So I'm going to use this right now. I would get the circle, and then if I wanted to print a leaf or a few leaves,
Oh, I got you, yeah.
and maybe I'll do two at once. If you're like practicing, I'll use some paper and you can practice. Or you can just play wherever you want. By practicing, I just need to get familiar with the technique. Maybe your favorite print. So what I'm doing is pressing it down.
So everything around it is gonna have the shape.
Exactly, and then
So you don't have to do it neatly, like in other words, right?
I don't
You
think there's
don't.
any strings.
what I realized though, and this is kind of because I can do this.
Oh, and then do it again.
I could,
Yeah,
but it might also be nice then
to do a different color.
Totally. So I could take these and let me just, I'm always like working it out in my head. I could take these.
You're thinking too much then.
Yeah, that's always the problem. I'm like a triple air sign.
What are you?
I'm a Libra. You too.
Yeah, Libra,
Oh, right,
and then
yes, you're a Libra.
Sagittarius, and then
That's
what
what
else?
you tell
And Gemini too?
No, I'm like Libra, Virgo,
I'm
Virgo.
Taurus.
Woohoo.
woo, Taurus.
Taurus.
This is your season, right?
Okay.
Kind of.
Well, it's Gemini now. Well, my mom was a Gemini.
Was she?
Yeah, so I have like 3 personalities.
Got it.
Oh, I like that with the blue.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
it does, right?
Mhm.
So you can, like, and they jump around, that's just part of the deal. That makes sense.
I was wondering when you walked in with the flowers, I'm like, where's she bringing those? Those look kind of cool.
Good.
That's why you just leave, right?
Exactly. So now I have, since I pressed the yellow, the orange down with the blue stamp, now I have the blue if I want to bring it back from here. And then,
Awesome. I like this right here, the circle.
oh, right?
See how it has the etching around it? I like that, like a frame.
I love it too. You want
Did
me
you
to
ever
sit
do
down?
that? Yeah. Could you cut it across and cut it across?
Totally. You could,
I can't use scissors.
oh, me, can I do it? Yeah, yeah.
For me,
Yeah, absolutely.
please.
I thought you were like,
Well, no,
Having an
I
idea.
broke my shoulder.
how's it doing?
Oh, it's awful.
So
It's the most
Do you
awful
want
pain. I
to,
had 3 children and I never had that much pain.
do you want to
Oh, that was cool.
And then why don't
Bring
I
that-
give you like a stack
bring
of
this
paper?
over so people can
else do you
see what
need?
they're. Do you want to hold that for them so they can see?
Yeah, so
what-
go to town.
Over there.
Whatever you like. And this is like what I might call, it's drawing paper. And
Yeah. That's
I
awesome.
might call it a scrap, but it's like fabulous.
So you have those leaves? I'll take those again. I'll reuse.
Do you want those? Okay.
Awesome.
This one is kind of great too, and after you print it a few times.
I was gonna say, I like that one too.
Me too. And you'll notice, like most of these ink pads are pretty rich, and then some, especially the
Oh, the
purples,
light.
they're not old, but they just print so spotty. So you'll notice some pads are like more alive than others. Hi, Rose.
Hello. I'm kind of pointing in between you, so.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it doesn't.
That's better. Say hi.
Hi.
I didn't see you over there,
Hi.
Rosie. What's going on, kiddo?
Cool.
That's always awesome.
Who's here, Rose? Oh, right. Okay.
I watch all the time. I even listen to the little kids stuff.
And then people,
I love it.
and a lot of people, they don't say anything, so.
Yeah.
I can't, with my home computer, my husband, it's funny because he brought it home from work and it crashed, so they didn't replace it for him yet. So that's why when I used to come on the Facebook, I was talking and trying to type, but now I can't do anything, so I do it on my phone, so all you do is listen, you know? But I met the other girl too, I have a few Facebook friends now, I made new friends. Because of going to all your classes, Nadine.
Oh, you make, some Facebook then?
Yeah, because when you're in the class, this one, look at this one that came through.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's kind of like the more you play, the more you want to play is what I find. It's so satisfying.
But what are these called? Are they like ink pads? Or
They're-
certain,
Yeah, they're just like classic ink pads for like inking like little
but
rubber
without the
stamps,
actual pad? I mean, without the actual, yeah.
which I started this because I started like painting on leaves with printmaking ink.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, oh, I could use like stamp pads on the go.
It's easier than trying to set up everything.
This one I'm kind of digging.
Yeah, I like that. Looks 3-dimensional.
Thanks, Rose. How's your sewing, Nadine?
It's good. I feel like I look so intense on the camera probably because I'm doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I am doing these tablecloths. The last time I did them, someone else sewed them for me. So I've been wanting to learn how to sew. I wanted to do that at MakeHaven. That's one of the things I want to do at MakeHaven. They have a whole bunch of sewing machines there, and they also obviously have sewing machines here. And
Yep, we've got
so
a few sewing machines at the library. People are welcome to come in and use them.
there's 2 sewing machines at the library, as Rose said.
How did you enjoy this process?
And oops, I sewed something I wasn't
If you
supposed
feel
to.
like using watercolor to paint a painting, do you want some? Thank you.
And so I learned yesterday, Rose taught me how to
Yeah, have as much as you want. Please.
put the needle in the thread, which is kind of hard, but I've done it right now in front of your eyes. And I think I have to separate. Right here. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to. Oh, no. Yeah, wait. There. And then I'll just go fix that. So I'm using pieces of doilies and I'm making these, they're kind of embellishments for the table. And it's for a piece that, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but it's based on Daughters of the Dust, which is a film that is an old film, it's probably over 30 years old now. And it takes place in the Gullah Geechee Islands. And maybe people have been watching High on the Hog, the documentary on Netflix about African American food from the African diaspora. So in Daughters of the Dust, you have the Great Migration that occurred. And not only Gullah Geechee people, but a lot of people from down south, they made it up north. So many of the African American people in New Haven, they come from Alabama or Mississippi or Georgia. And so people came from up north, they migrated from the south to the north for better opportunity and to also escape like Jim Crow and those type of laws and ways of being. And some of the Gullah Geechee people, they were on the Georgia Sea Islands and the islands of South Carolina. They're so far off of the mainland that they were able to keep a lot of their culture. So I learned about them when I was an English major and being Jamaican. I loved West Indian literature, and I thought at one point I maybe wanted to get my PhD. So I went to the University of the West Indies and did some studying in the stacks and learned about Gullah Geechee, their language and how connected it is to Caribbean patois and the way that they speak, their accent, but then also their patois. And so like there's similarities in language, there's similarities in food, there's similarities in religion, stuff like that. So that story is about this family not being able to economically survive and the preservation of their culture and coming up north. And some of the things that they're known for is this like beautiful kind of work. And so I'm putting together these tablecloths that some people have given them to me. Some of them are from EcoWorks and other places, but I'm kind of creating these kind of montages of domesticity and saving that kind of, a lot of people don't, find doilies unnecessary, but my aunts grew up making doilies, and so I just love it, and I love being able to preserve them, and then to also to make a beautiful table of all white. So that's what I'm going to be able to do. I've done this iteration of my installation once, and I'd love to do it again where I have, so I do different things. So I have a ribbon skirt table, like I want to do stuff with, what do you call it? Taffeta, is it taffeta? Where it's like tulle, yeah. I want to make a tulle skirt, that kind of stuff. And then I want to have an event, and so we're trying to do it with art space, but because of COVID restrictions, and have everyone
I'm so into this. Look at
in white and
I love this.
take beautiful, pictures and, record our memories of our meals that have migrated. So whether your family, like my family has moved from Jamaica to here, or your family came from down south, or your family came from Italy, or your family came from India. You know, like, it's really important to preserve those stories and then talk about like what we gain when we migrate and what do we lose when we migrate and what do we want to rediscover. And so that is what the installation will be about. And so before the installation, you gotta make all these different things. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Hey, can you tell me more about the tradition of this community in terms of like art and craft?
Oh, well, you know, I can't say like, I can tell you about the food stuff. I can't
Yeah.
really, so, so what I think is kind of interesting is and for some people who might have seen like the series I did in February, Pan-African food and food from the African diaspora. And so they have like a lot of stews. They have like red rice. And so red rice, there's like jollof rice from Africa and different iterations of those things. And I don't even have to hand, it's easier for me to hand, so this middle piece.
Sometimes it's easier
Yeah, Hop and
to
John.
tack it.
Yeah, Hop and John, which is black eyed peas. So, you know, they brought black eyed peas, collard greens from Africa. And it said that, you know, people, the enslaved, they knew enough to hide the seeds in their hair. But then the people, you know, rice, you know, and they have a whole episode basically on rice in High and Hop that South Carolina was made off of, you know, rice plantations. And so they brought people who were from similar kind of topography that knew how to be able to grow rice. And then they had the knowledge to be able to grow rice, you know, sugar, cotton, those type of things. And the things that they're known for, like, you know, the red rice, they have their own kind of gumbo or like their different types of stews. They're obviously like there's oysters and fish culture. And so a lot of what I say is like black food. I have to put this in.
Yeah.
I picked to the tray to leave on there. Is a culture of like onions, peppers, tomatoes, and stewing stuff down. That's what connects us all around across the diaspora. So I might, I'm in talks to do a event down in South Carolina, and it's called Modesto Island, and that's where some of the Gullah Geechee people are. So that would be interesting to do that.
Absolutely.
And so it's a big agrarian culture, obviously. So maybe someone else can do this because
I don't have my glasses, and
That's me all the time.
yeah,
I don't even know, do I even have them?
You do have them.
These are my fake ones though, because I lose when I leave.
the eye is really small. It's I think the string is very big for the eye.
Yeah, if they don't go together, it's hard to make them go together.
It's maybe a miracle to get it.
I'm curious about the Gullah Geechee
People?
Well, definitely people. Are you curious about the people?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's all I do is ask, where are you from? I just met all of these people today that are from out of state, some Rhode Island.
Well, I came to a library.
And they were visiting. I said, are you staying? No, I'm gonna go eat pizza. I said, well, you have to go to Worcester Street then. And they said, why? And I gave them all the rundown.
You're not a modern person?
Oh, I love modern.
Yeah, that's like where you're supposed to send people. Or
Well,
that's the
Worcester
hometown.
Street is an experience because it's
No, I
Little
know.
Italy. And that Zanili is not even Italian, but it's the best margarita pizza.
Where?
Zanili, it's a newer place.
Oh,
I
is
know,
that on
where's
the
that
right?
one?
So it's very small. It used to be a market. It used to be Cavaliers and then Ferraras, I think. So it was like a sandwich place. And they opened up, there's three brothers and they're known for the margarita pizza. And it's like $10. So you can go there for lunch and bring it home and have dinner. So that's a good lunch for me. Like if you're spending $10 on lunch, it has to be good and have leftovers. So I sent them there. I don't know if they'll go, but they laughed. And I said, if it's busy, then go to Sally's or go to Pepe's because they're in competition. But Modern, hands down, is
Yeah, that's the hometown.
the best.
That's how people-
And then NOLA, did you ever go there?
Um,
Used to be the cleaners,
who? Yeah.
jet cleaners.
I haven't been there. I have been, but it's Delania.
It was Delania, but did you have the honey pot pizza?
Yeah, that's my favorite. It's so good.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah,
What's on it?
It's-
Sopressata.
And then the honey truffle
Honey.
oil,
Yeah. So.
but it's just in the peppers, the little
Yeah,
peppers.
so it's like sweet and.
But it's, yeah, it's
salty.
such a taste that you would never think on pizza, but it grows on you.
Sounds
We used to go to the little
Yes,
park,
I love it.
that little restaurant on that corner. My husband used to pick me up on Thursday nights and we used to go for a date.
I
That
love
was
it.
our date night. We used to go there.
What do you pick you up at work?
Well, I worked here and it's hard to park here, so you have to take a bus. You know, I used to take the bus home, but at 8 o'clock at night, or now 6
Yeah.
o'clock, I don't want to take a bus.
I like it.
So I'd have him pick me up and do something.
So you worked at the library?
Oh, I work here right now.
Oh,
I'm on break actually,
cool. What else?
but there's no one out here because of the rain. I think it's gonna start raining, so nobody's coming out.
How else can I support you? Is there something you need? What do you need?
No, I think this is great. I'm having such a good time doing it.
Cool. I like your one-handed.
Well, I have to do it one hand, do it else. I'm not gonna do.
No, it's good. It's kind of like,
Therapeutic.
well, therapeutic. Yeah, I'm glad you
Now,
feel
what kind
that.
of plant is this? Is this from one of those?
It is, but I don't know what it's called. But I
I
like,
just never saw the leaves like that. They're so little.
right?
Where did you get them, in New Haven?
I actually got them in Wallingford in a parking lot. Right,
So it just seems strange. I've never seen the shape.
Yeah,
See how little, it's not poison ivy.
no, 100%. It came off.
Because you know how it's 5 leaves?
I think poison ivy is 3.
Oh, I thought it was 5.
I feel like I'm kind of up on it because of
If that's
Are
the
you
red one,
allergic?
it's red maple.
red maple.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
it's-
only one I
it's
know.
This one right here. Oh, maybe somebody on Facebook can identify it.
Oh, if it's green, then I have no idea.
What, Rose?
If it's green, I have no idea.
Oh, it's green. Yeah, let's see. Let me see.
Alrighty.
Can anyone identify this? It has these like delicate little leaves.
You look like good. You have to go on the garden.
Garden. This is like the truth of making art. You have like the beginning of a conversation and
And you
then
never
like
finish it.
get back into flow state.
It's like, okay. I'm trying to get this thing up.
Are you still trying to thread that?
No, I threaded it
Oh.
before, but I'm trying, this other thing's supposed to be up and I don't see it coming up.
Yeah, sometimes those sewing machines
Yes.
are
I do.
difficult.
It's getting pretty cool. I almost got this, I have one little piece right here.
Now, what's this tube here? Is that black?
That's white and I never use it.
Oh, but I'm saying just so you could like dot it kind of thing? Is it like I love it.
It actually,
Isn't this cool?
it's so cool.
Because see, I started painting under it and I really didn't, I just was checking it out.
Yeah.
But I like the way it came out. It looks like almost like a sunrise. Like Prince.
Yeah.
Are you in love with Prince? I love Prince.
I love Prince too.
And how about the Mod Squad? We just lost Link. Clarence Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
He was like my favorite.
Yeah. Let's see it, Laura. Let's see up here.
Hi, Rose.
Hello.
It looks like almost like a dragonfly kind of, but it's.
There we
Come
go.
closer. Let's see if
Thanks.
there's a better look.
Oh, you can't reach
Do you
it.
want a little collection so you can make something? Sure.
I just started to
I'll
test
show
the
you
paint.
what I've been doing.
Oh, my
I've been
gosh.
doing two things, but if you take this, it's like a mask, you can make a mandala. And let me see, here's a stack of cards. You can just work on the other side, the side that doesn't have a balloon if you want. There you go. And then just to keep your area clean, you can have a board.
I love these. I love the little leaves. So it's that, whatever that, this plant is.
And then this is
You
just like,
see how the color of it?
like, sheets.
I tried to do it in the center there and then put it, but it didn't work, so I took it off and I started doing it.
Just like,
But you
maybe
see
you
how
can
they
use
can
one
do,
of
it looks
these
like a
as
bird
something I was
almost
using, and
there.
then pick a few that.
And you can make different things out of it.
Looks like so I moved on to, did you move on to
This one I
painting?
like, because I like it. You
Can,
can't
can you
identify
take
it.
this? So yeah, if you want to take something and then something from over there and then some paint. So what you do is you just put a leaf down. It's pretty intuitive.
I think a couple ink pads and some of the color pencils, little less
Great.
messy.
Okay, good. So if you just put it down,
See this one, Joy?
do that. and
Looks
then
like a
what happens is
dove.
You're,
Because of the
inking-
leaf. Isn't that
You're
cool? That's
inking the
cool. I
side that
like
you're
that.
pressing. I mean, you're inking the
Because
top.
if you use a
and creating
couple of them,
silhouette.
not all five,
So I just
and then just
took
do
the
it.
side that I inked and turned it over on the page.
Well, I
And then
only
the
could,
second one
these are
will do the
light, like
same
this one, the
for
lilac
both.
is very
Press it
light,
down and ink it
but
in
it's
the
good
same
for a
color.
background like this.
And then
Just to
this,
spot it, so
here.
it looks,
that's where the drawing paper can come in as well, to like press it down to make the print.
I like
And
this
you can
right
just go
here.
back and forth like that.
See where it looks like the bottom
And
of
so
the
take whatever
flower, like
leaves you
the,
want and enjoy.
like that.
I hope that made sense. Yep.
Oh, gross.
You're brave to, well, I mean, beginning sewing is great, but it's just.
But it's just like,
It's not something you see every single.
I wish it would
My
stay.
husband got it for me on a trip in Indonesia.
But is it in there right? Is
Cycle
the,
store, and it's old.
what is it called? The bobbin? Is the bobbin in right? Because it won't thread through and go
From,
continuous
laundry
if it,
You mind if I take this one?
no, go
So
ahead.
yeah,
take it.
it's when I definitely has like a,
It's like when I have to cut it off at the
Far away
end and
feeling,
start
right?
something new.
it doesn't feel especially American. Which is what I'm liking about it. I've brought it to all my jobs
You
forever.
understood it? No.
Oh, yeah, still trying to thread, huh?
Lori. Oh, that's beautiful. I love this one. Now, how did you do that? Did you do it with the leaf?
Yeah, with one of the leaves, I painted it black and then I stamped it on
Oh,
and
I
used the
love
black
it.
coloring to fill it in.
You see that? Use that on the background like this. Just watch, see it? It's like very light, so you don't even need it. You don't need a lot of it, but it looks nice in the background. It brings it out. That color. See how light it is? Almost like a pink. But it makes something like almost like a design in the, as you do it. Like put it up where the white is, like this part.
Do you guys mind if I document your hands? Just like the workspace?
Oh, no, go
here?
ahead.
Okay.
I was just saying I'm gonna block her. And then you could even add like a little color if you put it on the panel. Like that.
You can document why it is.
Can I
Try to
document
think.
you?
I'm gonna do it like right here so you can see what it looks like.
here?
Yeah.
There'll be no.
See it? You can make like little polka dots. Oh, I love this color. It's like one of my favorite colors.
Or you can just say that.
Try more. See, it's like muted over here. Yeah, that's good too, rubbing it. This is probably on its way out, right? This little lilac one?
You know,
Or is it just,
it's not that old. It's been, but it,
will it come back if you put more ink? Lilac's on its way out.
No.
I just put it like on the corner, put a little paint.
oh yeah, I haven't figured out how to make that work, which is the thing that is sad about me, is that there's like little bits of plastic.
But I like the background because you see how it did it, like faintly,
Yeah,
like, but it made a design.
yeah, I love it. So there it is.
How'd you do that?
I
Oh,
tried
probably
setting
because
it up,
I'm using.
but it's weird. There's
So
something
how
about
did you
these
do that, up in the
colors.
air then?
I just went like this.
Oh, so you have to try again because you'll be able to use it.
If you want
Because you
to.
probably have, you have two hands, you could probably press.
And if you leave the, like, if you leave the lid on, it works a little better, like in between.
Uh-huh.
I love that softness though.
Yeah, I like the muted in the background because it's like almost like you did it on purpose.
Totally.
Oh my God, I'm messing up some things.
I wish I can help you do that. My grandmother used to say, watch what I'm doing so you'll know. And I
It's
never
just hard
listened.
to-
I never listened.
It's just hard to.
Sewing is pretty cool. I wish I were better at it. It really like allows you to do so much.
Well, I wish that there was a machine where the needle didn't. Yeah. It's a little easier to do.
So do we get answers on this plant? I have to know what it is.
How, I wonder how, Rose, do we get any plant
Answer?
answers?
No, we don't have any comments on Facebook, so no one's chimed in yet.
Okay.
Rose, I'm really, can you just talk with me?
I always ask Rose, I never.
Well, I mean.
No, but you wanna know how to do it too, because-
Yes, thank you.
Leave. Love this one, look at it with the red. Like the way the leaf.
Oh, so
Yeah.
yesterday I was doing, because, I didn't know if people were gonna join me, and I made the commitment that I said I have to be here for the whole time. And I was saying the week before, I'll just let you do it.
So you just need to put it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
There you go.
So there's so much clothes and stuff I'm doing.
oh,
This
so
one is the
I
best.
had other things to be able to do,
Yeah.
just in case I could talk to myself. Like, I don't understand how people just go on lives and they just talk and talk and talk for like 2-3 hours. And it's like, it just doesn't seem very appealing to me.
So how about this?
So I said I have to have some stuff to be able to talk about.
So after, do that, like over it, you see the colors?
affirmations,
You can take like a picture, then you can take it away, like you don't have to
some
keep it.
artist affirmations.
Like see that, and
And
take
I
a
talked
picture
about
of
limiting
that.
beliefs and all these different
Like
things.
what's
And
in the
this woman
middle.
came, it's as part of her lunch break to work with me. And then she's like, I love doing art, but I feel like it's too expensive. And that was one of the limiting beliefs I talked about. And then I talked about, going up
Look at
Echoworks
this,
and
it's
then
like
using what you have. And, so I'd like to talk to you about, what are some of your limiting beliefs that you've had about art, and then how have you, what have you, like I said to her, like, well, that was one of the things I said about looking at, like, art can be expensive.
Yeah.
But then I can just use things that, like you have around you to make it beautiful like that. So what are some limiting beliefs that you have had?
A lot of them are around time. And like the value of creativity, which I'm like so much clearer
I always
about
think it's
now.
like repeat of it, you know, like it's. the
But
same
yeah,
one.
time, like I don't have enough time. But we never don't, I mean, it's such a illusion that we don't have enough time for, well, it's real as well, but if I have enough time to check Instagram, I have enough time to make art. And if I spend 10 or 15 minutes a day making art, that's a practice. And that like feels good, actually. The same as meditation. So that's a limiting belief that I'm growing out of. What are your thoughts about how does that limiting belief resonate for you, Nadine?
Time?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I try to come up with this series for myself.
Yeah.
Says, so to at least be like, okay, every week I'm making something for a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
it was good to be able to do your, like I was in a residency earlier, it was called For the Artist Way. And so it was it was like 60 artists and you're divided into groups around, 5 to 7 people each.
Yeah.
And we met once a week to talk about, what we wrote, if we didn't write, and then our artist dates and all that kind of stuff. And that was good to cultivate.
Yeah.
And then doing your 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And then just having the idea,
Now,
like
how'd you do
even if
this
you
one?
do 10 minutes like each day,
Move the leaf.
like how much stuff that you can create.
That's what I love
And-
doing, like, that's how I got the,
Just the process of making it.
see
You
the
don't have
red
to
in
have
it, and stuff I kept turning, I like, I didn't understand how to do that.
What I started
With
thinking
the
about.
lighter first,
I was
and
doing
then do
stuff.
the dark.
Just doing 10 minutes, like just 10 minutes of drawing,
Yeah.
the practice of drawing
Right.
is a wonderful
So cool.
activity.
Yeah.
It's almost like
I
unique, because
feel-
you really can't do it.
I mean,
like
it's
that unless
in a
you're
way,
more
I
immature.
love the spiritual, tapping into our creativity and how that like is an
No, you
access
look
to
at
like
high
the
school?
layers beneath the surface.
One of the-
But I also like when I think about like
My daughter went there.
meditation or art, and I've just been doing it recently.
Yeah, she
as a
graduated and then she went
performance,
to Johnson and Wales.
that it's like building a muscle.
But she just graduated college, so that was 4 years.
As a performance tool, like,
2017.
just like, so it's not about the product, it's more just about like
Did you visit?
showing myself that
Yeah.
I'm able to care for myself in that way. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but if you can go visit with like a
having
person,
some traction.
you
in
can go
that.
one-on-one and, well, I mean, COVID right now.
It's like
who knows?
easier to wrap my head around sometimes when I simplify
That's a
it.
good
So like,
school.
if I meditate 15 minutes a day, that's a performance tool for my life. Like,
per se, but
I'm
I do
more
next
receptive,
year.
I'm
Yeah.
less reactive. Like, so that's sometimes the way I think about art, even though I'm like completely committed to the spiritual piece of it too. Like how it opens a channel, I guess.
Well, it's so funny because I was one of those people that was like, oh, I can't meditate for more than, I start out with 5 minutes at a time,
Uh-huh.
15 minutes. And it's like, lately I've been meditating, it seems like for, I did more than an hour.
At one time you did it? Did you take a
Yeah,
break?
I do different things. I don't do like, I do
Just
different
yoga.
meditations.
Yeah,
So I don't do like one, like I work on different things, like, I've been working on receiving, abundance, self-doubt, stuff like
And
that.
then-
Joy.
Joy.
always joy, you need some joy in your life.
Love
Yeah.
it.
It seems like coming out of COVID, a lot of people are miserable.
I think that's it, or people are the opposite, and then they're, everything's good, yeah, everything's good. It's a false sense of security, but definitely.
When you say joy, it made me want to move.
So now I think I watched you on one of the, did you ever go with Nadine on one of the,
Mm-hmm.
but what was it about? I have to remember. Was it a book? Did you write a book?
I did
No,
not.
we just did one of these.
But I watched it. It was very good.
Oh, well, it was nice to be with Nadine.
But I remember your voice. That's why
Do you?
I just, when you were just talking spiritual, whatever you just said, I heard it. And it sounded like you.
Funny, good.
This I love. See how this one came because it's like
Yeah,
almost like a maroon because of the different colors.
yeah. I'm loving like all the subtlety. And this.
That's what I like when they overlap like that because you can't tell what color.
Totally. This reminds me of like,
In grammar school, when you're mixing the yellow and the blue and you get green.
yeah, but it reminds me of like a nature scape between the leaves. This reminds me like of the sky.
Yeah.
Can I show it to
Oh,
you?
you can take that one, yeah.
Well, are you putting it in the collection?
Well, I'm giving it to you,
Well, so I think anything that you give will go to an installation that you're
Yeah.
creating, Nadine, right?
yeah.
Beautiful.
Well,
So-
my lamp is still on Chapel Street from 3 years ago, Rose. We did lamps. And do you ever go on Chapel Street and see them? I go visit it now and then. And the
Where?
lamp there, straight ahead, across the green.
Oh, is it in a window?
Yeah.
One of those.
It's my
Yeah.
star. I have
Oh,
a
I
star
love
one.
those.
And it has a dimmer on it. And you get it back. But there's one over there. I don't know if that's the butterfly. It's a little lamp that's out of the wood. And they made it in the machinery.
Oh, the 3D, I
Yeah.
saw that. I've seen them here, but I also saw them when they were made, like something online, and I just love the idea.
Yeah, before the person that was here did electricity before. So they put a dimmer on it. So there's actually, you can have it, you know, up or you can have it all the way down, like very low.
Love
So I think I'll get it back soon.
that. Yeah, I think that's for a long time. Nadine,
3 years, yeah.
do you have a vision about like adding anything around like affirmation or inspiration?
Oh, they just do like a mantra at the bottom
A mantra?
that they come up with themselves.
So,
That's what the sound, that probably get, it sounds like it.
It's like awesome. What?
nice.
Well, I can't think of anything off the
Yeah,
top of my head.
that seems like the message, right?
I believe I need that right now.
I think you're queuing into the heart of it.
Did you say something? Shay, I don't know. Can people hear? Rose?
Rose? She can't.
Can people hear?
Easier for Lori than the rest of you.
Because I have a big mouth. Because I work at the library.
Rose?
So limiting beliefs. What did you say?
Oh, no, what's E6?
Lori, can we give you more cards or supplies? Are you happy with the paper?
This is great.
Okay. Here's some watercolor if you need some. Here's some cards. So what about you?
How cool.
Oh, so delicate. Huh, interesting.
So I think the board helps
The resistance?
because of the,
Yeah,
because I think I was trying on the paper before.
yeah. Cool. You're dialing it
I'm
in.
very proud of myself.
That's
It's exciting.
beautiful.
That looks really good when you were wearing it around your waist, like the end of a dress
Or a shawl, you can make it a shawl.
or a apron or a, it's just cool.
Oh, yeah, it's
Well,
perfect.
it looks really pretty, like when.
I love
so
the eyelet.
You have the white you know, then it depends on, you know, the guy. Sometimes I have crochet. They are probably bed skirts or bed things, and then I use that. And then you put a riser in the middle all throughout, and then you put this on top, and then you put the food on top of this, sitting on top of white on white. So it's really pretty. Because this gives like this nice texture of all these different.
Yeah, because if everything's just plain.
White,
it's just,
this,
that's why I like the whole.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives it a little. Makes it nicer.
That's good now.
It's cool.
That's why it's so great to do things at the library, because then you get help.
And
are
Rose
you
is the girl to get,
yeah,
to
Are you
help.
the resident, like,
She's my
Yeah,
candidate.
I
Rosie rules.
So like all the machines here, the 3D printer, the laser cutter, the vinyl cutter, the card, the sewing machine, the Cricut, the other 3D printer, I can teach anyone how to use any of them.
cool?
I need to make a cutting board. That was my goal, remember, before we closed?
Which
That's
machine
what I
are you
need
gonna
to
use?
do. I need to make a cutting board.
I love that it's, I love that they have a woman doing all this technology.
And libraries are kind of dominated by women. It's not too surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it might seem weird and antiquated to even say that to someone like Soleil with you in the room. But I think, you know, technology used to be dominated by men. I mean, so many things were.
Actually, it was kind of fascinating. When computers were first like invented, it was like running computers was seen as secretarial work. So it was like dominated by women. But then all the guys realized that these women are making so much money, then we want a part of this. So they like kind of push the stereotype of women who are like gossips and they waste all your time. So you want a man to do this. And that's how you got the antisocial white guy kind of stereotype of the computer geek. Because they're like, this is the guy you want because he won't waste all his time like gossiping and doing his nails.
Got it. Yeah, that's from Lori.
I like this, 'cause it's like a,
Thanks for sharing.
it's like a fingerprint. When you keep doing it with the paint.
Right? I call them ghost prints. Oh, you're using the tape. Cool. Okay. Do you want to make a print? Cool. You made some too?
Yeah, that's what I ended up with.
Wonderful. So, made that nice. Look at that detail. Lovely. So I think, I mean, I'm rocking this kind of technique that I like, and Nadine has maybe an idea which she will or won't share. She has something else going on about the mantra. Thank you, though. It was wonderful. So what I've been doing is just kind of following the mantra. No, what am I trying to say? Following the mandala, the circle on these cards that are upcycled. So there are some cards. And then the simple technique is like a back and forth. And Rose, if you want to make more or take some paints, just keep enjoying it. I mean, that's.
Actually, I had a question for you. So this is my colleague Alexandria. She was going to take a shift at the desk right now. So do you think you'll leave my help down here or shall I move to my other desk?
Two desks.
Up to you. Maybe do you think you'll need help?
I'm hoping I won't need
So should I
that.
show you here? Do you have time?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Here, let's see.
And
So essentially, like if you want to take two
so
colors
that's fine.
and I'll move over here, take a leaf.
My office
It's
is
easy to
on
just
the
start
first
with
floor.
one leaf. It's really intuitive, the process, but it's like kind of super satisfying because you're working with nature is what I experience. And so like the leaf, you know, a lot of the leaves move out of this small composition.
Move
So
and
I
I'll
did that.
we'll still be
Okay.
watching on, what do you call it?
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
goodbye for now. Maybe we'll see you later. So now the bottom, which was the top, is inky.
It occurs
And
to
when
me
I
that
push
there's
this
no
here, I'm like making the print
thingy.
of the black leaf.
There's no
And then
audio from it, so if I
what I
talk,
can
you
do
can't hear me.
is
Well,
flip
you can-
this,
Over there,
Call the dentist,
kind of
111.
complete the cycle.
We'll hear it.
1 second. I
Call
just-
111 and I'll get it.
So are
It's
you,
just-
are you staying down here or are you going upstairs?
Trying to decide which is best.
Well, Maria's at the desk, so she'll answer 111.
Well, you can always call this phone.
No, what I meant is like
If we
these,
need assistance, you mean?
if I speak on the Facebook stream, neither of these are like doing the audio on the stream, so you wouldn't be able to hear me. We probably don't want to turn that on because then we'll just get an echo.
Okay. Well, so maybe it makes sense for you to stay down here and like help them,
Could be.
if they need it. Yeah.
Oh, if you want to art for a bit, I'll stay at the desk so I can watch it.
Okay.
So it's the blue that was up here is now down.
Yep.
And I'm placing this on top just to make it easier to like press the blue in to make the print. And that's the process. So it's just a back and forth.
so
I
if
love this.
anyone is listening about
Take two.
mandalas, a mandala
And
is Sanskrit word for whole,
hold on a sec.
and they're usually circles in different designs. And you can do them and make them out of poison. A lot of people might know monks, Tibetan monks, that make mandalas out of sand. And then they're in different colors. And after they're finished, then they destroy them. So it's a motif that I use in my work. Because I like them, because every culture has mandala symbols. So it's like whether it's like a Celtic cross or, a drink of symbols from West Africa or Native American medicine wheels. Every culture has mandalas. And
Print in this circle, you can send it
I
out.
don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
That one?
Okay.
We can always, we can move this closer to you.
Okay.
Hey.
You want me to try to move that closer?
All right.
So like, can you help me when I'm doing this? please? Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to hold this, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me make sure you got it. And then you can add
So, one friend. Okay, you two right there. Do you want this?
So we can't hear you all.
Oh, thank you.
Is this
Out of the
cool?
emphasis of sound.
Okay.
Scoot that back a little bit.
All right.
See if that helps. Yeah, it's like a
Sorry,
new
thank you.
terrain navigating humans in person, for me at least.
So cool.
Wait, so is it Alexandria?
Alexandria, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, Alexandria.
Yes.
I'm gonna hope that I can thread this again.
Okay, if you need any help,
So like, do you work with watercolors much?
watercolors?
Yeah.
No.
Are you happy with the real pale purple?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you're getting the aesthetic you want. That's great. Lori,
Yes, darling.
is this yours? Did
No,
you-
it's Soleil.
Soleil, okay.
I
Perfect.
love it.
Thank you.
Me too. And you might need a more vibrant blue, like some of them are really light. Maybe you like that.
think I like this sort of like overlapping
Mhm.
effect to like get it darker.
Yeah,
Um,
cool.
Look at that.
Okay, good to meet you. See you
I'll see you
later,
again.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Thank you,
good.
Nadine, so much.
Thank
thank you. It
you.
was nice meeting you.
Lori, as always, thank you for coming and spending time
Always
with
a
us.
pleasure.
Jeez.
Well, I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
But this, like I said, I was doing the paint and then it was like running out, just pulling the brush.
You know that, my name means hope?
That's why I did it.
Oh, that, you know that?
No.
So here's
I do
some,
look up names. though. You
here's
have to put
some
the
that was
names down.
done in Harlem last week.
Oh, what was that? That's what I
That's
heard
great.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
it's so cool.
yeah, so these are some that people-
I love it. It's so
Thank you, Rob.
unique. Everything is original, you know? But I learned a lot from you, Nadine.
Oh,
I really
thank you.
did. I appreciate it.
Oh, you make me cry.
Why are you gonna cry?
As a teacher, that's what you
I
want,
know,
someone
you're
to
a good
like, I mean,
teacher.
you know, you want someone to like.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
Well, your cooking tricks, forget it. I was doing everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, Lori.
Let me try and see. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be able to thread needles like no one
There
else.
is actually a needle threader on there.
I know, but it's like, it's so hard to catch.
I would have to agree.
It's not, they don't make it easy. It's like, you see, like I'm right here, but the string is there, but it's not bringing it in.
Alexandria, how do you like to create?
Ooh, that's a great question. Well, I've done in the past, I've done some jewelry making.
Uh-huh.
And so when I was younger, I did a lot of jewelry making. Now I'm sort of venturing into this world of watercolors a little bit more.
Great.
But I do graphic design here
Oh,
at the
nice.
library. So most of what I do is graphic arts related.
Great.
Yeah.
So are you a resident, like a graphic designer in residence, or is that like you're the
Nope.
graphic designer at the library?
I am a library technical assistant.
Cool.
So I am basically, that is my job here at the library. So
Cool.
it's pretty great, actually.
That is pretty great.
I have no official graphic design training, though. It's just sort of what I've sort of learned over time and liking to be creative and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's some fresh.
I got to trim these and then I'll deal with threading needles. You gotta pick your battles.
Yeah.
So like in authenticity, are you all noticing like the energetic kind of impact of being out in the world again? Or maybe you've been out in the world, like,
So what does that mean? I mean,
Yeah.
like in regard to the authenticity, I know what that means, but what do you mean by it?
well, this is pretty low key tonight,
Mm-hmm.
but, and everyone's, I mean, people have had very different experiences. You know, I kind of started doing a lot of work on Zoom, and like a lot of the settings that I worked in closed. And so it's kind of just the energetics of things being like really open again, and summer. Yeah, I'm just noticing like I haven't had a lot of conversations with people. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just picking up how it all feels new right now, which is obviously just like not everyone's experience.
Oh, do you wanna talk?
No, you go.
I feel a little less lonely being able to go out and talk to people and see my friends again.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when I did see my friends a lot, then winter came, and then it like stopped, and you don't want to be out in winter. So I've noticed that when the weather changes, your mood kind of changes.
Mm-hmm.
But also in summer, especially spring, like all the plants are opening and opportunities are opening to like go outside and be with people.
Yeah. How's that impacting your mood?
I'm a lot happier, even if I like don't want to see my friends. The thought that if I want to, I can.
Yeah.
Instead of like in winter when I'm lonely, it's just I don't want to be out in the cold.
Yeah.
So even if I want to see them, but also being able to go out in nature more, go to the beach, go outside to like parks and do stuff like that makes you feel happier. Even if you don't want to do it, just the thought that now you can.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. I feel that too. Like I see friends and people and I'm inspired and I feel like a little bit like kind of crawling back into my shell sometimes. Like awkward, I guess. Socially awkward. That's what I'm naming.
I don't feel awkward. I feel that it was good to be able to not have to deal with people who don't want to, and that you didn't have to hurt anyone's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, we're like fully out there now, so, but I felt when things were first opening up, like it was a little crazy, like people were a little, I think, hostile.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like people were rushing to get back.
And a lot of people who were rushing to get back, they haven't meditated, they haven't, so they're bringing a lot of unresolved energy.
Yeah.
So I feel that I have to really think about where I go to protect my energy.
Yes.
And I don't want to I want to know who I'm around,
Mm-hmm.
that they're not going to give me anxiety and make me, because a lot of people, like I did a lot of meditation, we walked, we were outside, we are, like very calming things that I don't get to do. And I think that a lot of people, self-medicated or, they just escaped, and, to do that for a year, when, like I've been doing a lot of learning and, all that kind of stuff. I need to be with people who are calm and collected and use the time to do things they needed to do, like work on their shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the pandemic brought up a lot of shadows where like we had more than enough time to think about this stuff. So if we didn't deal with it, it's not really fun to deal with people who just want to go out and go rah-rah and they're not thinking about how they influence other people.
Yeah, that seems like a really right-on description of the truth.
At least my truth.
Well, I think you're naming a truth that maybe is, you're naming my truth too, but maybe I labeled it socially awkward because like that's part of me just like not wanting to be seen in a way. Or maybe not having gotten there, but I can totally identify with like coming up against, I guess, or coming into like my own shadows and accessing nature and having like that, being fortunate enough to access movement, like walking, etc., like what you just named. Yeah. Right, and protecting your energy.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to maybe be a little more intentional about that right now.
Yeah, that's where I felt like, like just going out, I just can't go out. I went to visit friends in Boston, and like there's some people, you just have to let them get whatever they get, wherever they can get it, but it's just not going to be you.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
I also feel like quarantine helped with that because not being around a lot of people and then being around people again just really like showed like who you can trust your energy and who you can't. Yeah. Right. Thanks for naming that. Like, yeah, it illuminated.
I have to ask what we're
Hi.
doing with these now that
Yeah.
I've made a couple.
Beautiful.
What should
I'm saving them and I'm going to put them up in an installation.
Okay.
And we're also like inviting you to take one
Yeah.
and leave one.
I'm going to. This is the thing that I struggle with creativity with myself.
Yeah.
Is that I find myself, I'm quite judgmental of the things that I make,
Mm-hmm.
and I often don't like it after I've made it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take the one that I don't like. So
Oh.
these are okay, but
Thank you.
yeah.
And I like my wish for you, or maybe it's my wish for myself, would be that you would pick the one that you love the most.
Yeah.
To take home.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Because like honoring yourself
Yeah.
feels like the highest vibration choice. And as a 47-year-old, I've been through many like stages of friendliness with myself. And I feel like, well, we all have an inner critic and it's pretty real, but it's not the truth. And I was, oh yeah.
No, I will respect that suggestion. I will leave this one behind then.
Beautiful.
And maybe take a different one.
Love it.
These ones sort of match.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I noticed what a like lovely color combination that black and like peachy and like greeny, and how yeah, just how there's something like so subtle and lovely about it. Colors that I would have put together. So that's nice to see. Thank you.
I really like the orange. There's like one over here that's like orange and blue.
Oh, I might have moved it. Was it this?
Yeah, I really love this.
Oh, did you?
This is really, really nice. Yeah. I like this. This also how the edges are very blurry.
Mm-hmm.
I think it creates the illusion of it. You know what it is without it having to be said. I like
Yeah.
that about it.
Cool. Thanks for noticing.
Thank you. This is fun.
Good. Glad you came. Is this goodbye for now?
I think it is.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Hang out with me.
Yeah.
Um,
How's your sewing? The sewing is
I think I put this
distracting and I mean, it's really taking your focus, isn't it? I shouldn't call it distracting. 'Cause
Well,
it's maybe
it's
how
like-
you want to.
on. No, but it's
I'm
just-
jealous
I-
of your sewing, Nadine.
I don't like the word jealous.
I know. Or I don't know, but I know when I said it that you would think about the energetics of it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I'm mainly joking.
Oh, no, well, I just, don't know if I put this the right way, but I don't wanna repin it.
Mhm. I don't like the word jealous either, and I don't use it that much. Oh, can I? Oh, cool. I've never used it.
What?
The word jealous, I've never really used it.
Oh,
Because-
because I said.
Yeah, you never told me to, so I'm never. I mean, I feel like we use terms that we're familiar with. Mm-hmm. I know I shouldn't be jealous of everyone else because even if I do envy what they're doing, I mean, what I'm doing is so much better. I'm not trying to say that in like a superiority complex kind of way. Totally.
It kind of sounds like it, but
Well, maybe it's just that you're secure in yourself.
yes.
I learned the term jealous, and I haven't used it in years. But oh, gosh, this is like a tell all. I learned it from my mom, and it really like kind of bothered me that she used it. So it's funny that I used it right now. I'm also okay with the fact that I used it.
Okay. I just try to always tell people I hate that word.
Well, it's all good. I do too, as I already said. And I used both and.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, Lord have mercy. I think I'm over, needling this today.
I think you've made some progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nice. The work you've done so far. You're talking about your artist struggle was time. And I really connect what you said about meditation, because whenever I remember to meditate, it's the time that I can't meditate. And so I set an alarm in the morning, but sometimes I don't always wake up. And then I get mad at myself at the end of the day because it's like you didn't meditate like you were supposed to. And when you remember to do it, it was at a time that you couldn't. But then I remembered that that's not really, it's not really good to get mad about it. It's just good to make sure that we do it next time.
That sounds like a gentle choice. I love it. Right. I think I've been thinking a lot about it.
In 30 minutes. The computers will shut down in 15 minutes. If you need a library card or to check out materials, please visit the circulation desk shortly.
We're getting kicked out the library, but we should start cleaning up anyway.
So co-create on the street. No, I'm joking.
No. I just don't want to, I don't want to start something else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'll do? I haven't made a card, so I'll make a card.
Okay.
with
And
you.
I'll tidy up. We have a lot of this kind of thing ahead of us too right now,
Yeah,
which is pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah. So Leah's coming back the last Wednesday, or what day is it?
Briah.
24th? I'm sorry, Briah.
Do you have a Leah in your?
Yes, I do. And so, and also I'm dyslexic, so it's like, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You're coming back the 23rd?
2 weeks, whatever that is.
2 weeks. And then, what other things do I have coming up? Next week, Ife Franklin is going to be here. And we'll probably do some stuff about writing because she's the founder of Elm City Literary Festival. And next week, Tuesday, I have a cooking class on Caribbean food. And at the end of the month, we have a picnic. So we have a bunch of different activities. Next week, Tuesday, I'll be doing office hours again and making art of some kind. So come on down. I think it's a pretty cool experience when you can make something and participate and share your artwork. That can be part of an installation, but then also be able to bring home your own piece of art to either make for yourself. Yesterday, I sent some people with art supplies for jewelry, and this week people bring home some of these mandala cards. And mantras are affirmations or little phrases of, I guess, hope, and it depends on what you say, but there are things that they're like your personal mission, your personal vision, your personal intention. And so when you write them down and have them on a card that's so beautiful, you probably put them up next to you. It's a reminder, and it keeps you in a daily space of living that intention. So I hope that some people will come and join us. It's fun no matter how many people are here. We have some really good discussions that really teach us about each other and probably create some kind of epiphany for oneself. So, yeah, I think that, yeah. kind of serendipity to,
Yeah.
I think it's serendipity, some of these conversations that we can have, like the ones on limiting beliefs, and then being able to talk through them to maybe come to another kind of conclusion that you might want to have for yourself. So I'm excited to make something, a leaf print.
Thanks, Soleil. So what I was doing is using this as the mask to create the mandala. Then, for instance, selecting a leaf, and I'm just pretending this is my card, lining it up, and kind of printing around it. There are the ink pads. This one is the dullest. It's like kind of worn out, and I love it.
Okay. I love Japanese maple. It's like one of my favorite.
Oh, good. That's cool that I found it for today then.
They're very pretty. They're red.
And then you can make another print on another card with the same leaf that was just up. Flip it over so the ink side is down. And then you can take another color. Whoops. And use the pressure of this ink pad to press the blue down. As I said, some of these are like a lot more vibrant. And there you have it, like 2 prints, and then you can bring this back. So it's like a 1, 2, 3 to kind of get the color everywhere. Or you can just leave it as like, the white and paint in it. And that's what I like to do.
Okay.
It's really, really intuitive. Do you like to write?
Yeah, that's what I got my degree in. Literature.
Cool.
And I got a teaching certificate in teaching literature.
Who are some of your favorite authors?
James Baldwin. I read right now because, like with work, unless I go on vacation, it's really hard for me to do fiction. So I read a lot of nonfiction.
Yeah, me too. Although I just saw that yesterday was Louise Erdrich's birthday, and I was kind of psyched about that. I love her writing.
Yeah.
So much.
I like her writing too. I used to teach her when I was taught American Lit.
Cool. What age group were you teaching to?
American Lit is 10th grade.
Got it.
So I always taught high school. I usually taught 10th grade and then senior elective.
Wow.
And so what can you do with the paints afterwards, or?
Yeah. Good question. Kind of anything you want. This is opaque watercolor, so it will like kind of obliterate the detail if you use it on top of the ink. And if the ink isn't dry, here. And that brush maybe shouldn't be in there. It's not the best, but it will work.
Okay,
It's like a brush that I use for acrylics.
But I don't creatively write anymore. I haven't done that in a long time.
When you did, what did you enjoy? What
I was a
kind of-
poet.
Cool.
I did playwriting too.
Love it. I've been writing more these days too. Or not too, but I've been writing a little bit, like maybe for an hour a week, but that feels like, once again, like a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, anything is something, you know?
Yeah. I also, get ideas, as we all do. But like most of my ideas seem to come when I can't sleep at night.
Mhm.
And like I don't go on my screen or anything like that. And if I write, it seems to be a really good choice.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, I don't know if it's perimenopause.
What do you need? Can I support?
No, this is good.
Okay, cool.
I'm fine with this. I don't know if it's perimenopause, but it's interesting that in my 40s, like I always slept, and then in my 40s, like just wake up, and so just like you, it's like I write, and then I'll look back at what I write, and I'm just like, did I like copy that from somewhere? And I'll put it in like plagiarism tracker, and I'm like, I just can't believe I wrote that in the middle of the night. It's just so amazing, but you just forget what you write, because you're like, it's the middle of the night. I'm like, but sometimes I could be like,
Totally.
and then
Yeah.
it's a different type of energy. It's so funny. I don't know if it's a different person, because it's like with these paragraphs, it's like, this is so, I was just so concise and to the point, and like, why could I do this when I'm awake?
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel that same way. Like my voice is more powerful. It reminds me of like my muse. I can ignore my muse, or I can get up and like follow my muse. And if I follow my muse, it's usually a treat.
Yeah. All right. I think that's where we should end. Rose, what time is it? All right. All right. Yeah. Because it's going to take us a minute to clean up. We want to make sure that everyone in the library gets to go home safely, and, when the library closes. So thank you for being with us. I hope that we have inspired you to create and understand that it's about the process, not about making something perfect, but the journey to get to excellence, whatever that might be for yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you, Briah, for being with us. And I look forward to seeing you again next week.
I'll be
Okay.
here in 2 weeks.
Thank you both.
Yes.
And I'll see you soon. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
Thank you, Rose.